at Leshka and FragStealer. Right out of the gate here, they may both be colliding here in the Mega Room. It's going to be an initial grab of EB and a good use of EB by FragStealer. Stealing away, not only with taking away yellow armor, making his way over towards the red with rocket launcher in hand. And actually really good positioning by FragStealer there. You know, not a good place to shoot against with those rockets, but still able to do a little bit of cursory damage with plasma. It's a good position and good restraint from FragStealer, knowing what he can work with. Wow, someone's salty. Who's this guy? Puffed our
there you go.
Already?
FragStealer didn't actually do a whole lot in that fight there. Gets the red, but Leshka trying to push in. Really bad time. This return damage is looking a little weird.
Alright, but FragStealer still setting up a pretty good position here, and that was going to be a good hop up to the top. Just wasn't expecting Leshka to already be there. You can hear the teleporter from down there, can't you?
I think he can, yeah.
FragStealer certainly didn't at that point.
Sweet rocket there.
Absolutely. So it'll be Leshka taking away red armor there. We have a bit of a trade there between red and yellow. That leaves Leshka with quite a bit to work with here. And up top with the charges, it's going to be pretty noisy. FragStealer is going to have a pretty good idea of how to enter this room, but Leshka's actually going around the back, doubling back into the room, and trying to catch FragStealer with his pants down. Almost gets that, but cannot really afford to follow up the jump pad. Never really a good idea. And I like those stairs there too. Makes it difficult to follow up there.
And FragStealer will find Leshka. And Leshka will manage to steal it. If he can... Oh, was actually going to push in.
Yikes.
Was he going to go for the chase? No, he did.
He looks eager for another fight here, though. He's looking for damage, and man, enough of a rocket pop to set up that rail. Beautiful shot.
And that's a pretty good time, too. Like, on the red. And now he's on the back foot.
Nice. So that was enough LG damage for Leshka to probably be able to have enough time to come in on this Mega, but his timing is off.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's still got a butt ton of damage out of FragStealer at that point. So he's barely got any armor left here, but red will be up, and that'll be a red going over to Leshka.
And it looks like he's in control again.
FragStealer doesn't look like he really knows where he wants to be, but awesome rocket pop. If not for the damage, then at least to keep Leshka off his back. But he enters right back into where he just left. Why? Why you do that?
No. No, he's just going to give away the Mega and yellow. Oh. Don't forget that, buddy.
FragStealer, why you do this? But yeah, you'll be it back up. Leshka's getting the grab there. FragStealer was still able to get a red, but he's still incredibly light on weapons. And from up here, LG and Rails, not having a rocket's really hurting him there. Nice.
A lot of back and forth between the items.
Yeah. But FragStealer's not really doing a whole lot of damage in between them either. His spam isn't being quite as effective as Leshka's. And Leshka's been able to pretty much exit these fights almost at will. Now this one getting caught a little bit more, but really good LG coming out of FragStealer there.
Really nice LG.
Able to bring it down to a 1 frag difference now. But still a lot of time before anything else comes up. Leshka at 100-100. Ooh, not so much. Now we have a bit of the trap out of it. He still survives that fight.
Oh, his timing.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but unfortunately for FragStealer, yeah, he's kind of depending on Leshka's timing. He wasn't quite ready for that. Didn't have any weapons coming into that fight at all. So now FragStealer, oh man, taking that rail right off the spawn, down to 5 health. Fortunately, he gets a clean red out of it, but man, he's now got to go into recovery mode. Yikes. And again, a lot of this is just being determined by the spam. Like, FragStealer is doing like 0 damage unless Leshka is able to return. It's a big problem on a map like this with so many open, you know, wide corridors between one item and another. You really need to take those opportunities. Nice. Holy crap.
Oh,
I mean,
that
his
jump
hits
pad.
are good, but man.
Let's kind of take a look at FragStealer. See what he's trying to do exactly.
Well,
He's just always at the wrong place at the most wrong times.
yeah, and now he's waiting for a red armor, and he's going to need to give it up because he's only got rails and LG. But he gives it up, you know, in return for about 50 damage. He's 3 seconds early for this yellow also. He gets in one rail, but man, he's giving Leshka so much time between these fights that this damage really isn't doing FragStealer all that much good. It's not really whittling him down here. Whenever you do damage in a quick light game, you have a window where, alright, that damage is actually useful. As soon as they recover, though, it's all over.
Yeah. That's why you want to make it count when you set these traps. You don't want them to get the item, or
Right.
you do some significant. There you go. Leshka will pick up the Mega, and we'll probably be in time here for the red.
Nice. So far, Leshka with a very good lead here on our first map. FragStealer, he's got
Again.
a couple minutes to bring this back, but he hasn't really been showing, you know, any notice of changing his positioning around or changing the way he's kind of thinking his way through the map. He's kind of wearing down the same ruts, but those ruts haven't been doing any good here.
Yeah, it's just once he gets a spawn and a good item or armor, he doesn't go for the right weapons. Like all he had there was like a plasma and a rocket.
Yeah. Nice.
And Leshka just slowly picking him off.
Yeah, and you know, he's keeping FragStealer on his back foot so much that even the little bit of damage that he is doing between items, you know, ends up being significant. And it has the added benefit of making it very difficult for FragStealer to push in on, say, a red armor or a mega health if he's already taken like 60 damage before he even gets there. So again, you know, spam is important. If you don't believe me, go play Quake World Aerowalk.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Again, I can still hear the grenades.
If your rocket accuracy isn't 4%, you're not firing enough rockets. But there we have it, 15 on 2. It's going to be the first map going over to Leshka. All right, guys, but here we go. Map 2 is going to be DM2. Leshka versus FragStealer. And once again, we're in quarterfinals here, and this is all single elimination. If FragStealer can't take this map, he will be out for the day. And that actually kind of hurts this time around because we have a pretty good prize pool in store for these guys here. $100 to first place, I believe. And then we've got a 50, 25, and 15 euro split for the next 3 places. So thank you to Falky for throwing down the cash. But
Poor
so
Falky's
far,
just trying to launder some money. And that's a difficult way.
well, he's still in this so far. He's got a reload to fight up against, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
But right now, Leshka currently up by a single frag, and yeah, if spam becomes a problem for FragStealer again here, you know, DM2 is going to punish him severely for that. If
Yeah,
you can't,
really on the spawns.
yeah. So, if you can't be throwing rockets down on Mega Health, if you can't be entering in on that red, you're not going to be getting a whole lot out of it. Oh, the racist likes you.
Oh, no, that's what I was going for.
Gotta get that racist vote.
Nothing like some casual racism.
Oh, ow. Getting a rock up the pooper when you're not even expecting it. Never the most fun thing. Last map, we didn't really have much of an opportunity to examine FragStealer's timing. Just because, like you mentioned, he was never really in the right place to begin with. But now, if he ends up, you know, trying to hatch an egg on some of these items, he's really going to be cutting himself off.
This is just one of those maps. Like this DM2 is so refined for these players.
Yeah.
If FragStealer plays like he played last map, he's in even more trouble.
Yes.
Because he can do it. Like he has really strong aim. That's usually where he clutches it out with. But he
But if
needs
he's
to
not
focus a
doing
little
the
bit on
damage-
his timing. You know, the textbook duel wing.
You need to do like 20, 30 damage every time Leshka crosses mid, though. Like, that's the idea. You need to have that.
Honestly, he's just making a target out of himself here in the middle. When he could easily do it here on Leshka, because Leshka is a guy mainly standing here in the middle. Leshka will give away the mega health. He didn't look up for the red armor. Whoops.
Oh wow, that's actually FragStealer winning that red. And actually, like you said, his aim is really, you know, his biggest crutch here. And any time that Leshka catches him in the hallways, you know, FragStealer might have something more to deal with. But having that red, we'll see how long he can hold on to it. He ends up beating one rail there. We have Mega up. He should have heard the spawn. There it is. Nice damage. This is much better out of FragStealer here. He actually fought for the red, and sometimes when you fight for something, you can win it. It's a good lesson for FragStealer to learn here.
I mean, he just got like a free mega and red.
But now FragStealer, now that he's gotten those 2 items, he didn't really look like he knew how to put the pressure on Leshka, which is part 2 of it.
Oh, here we go. Oh, trips on his own grenade here, and oh, I was gonna say Leshka putting the hurt on, but FragStealer looking better here. Leshka will try to get here in time, but
nice. Nope. That was a damn good shot out of FragStealer. And now we're starting to spam on the 50 health and the teleporter. All right, cool. FragStealer finally kicked his little brother out of the seat. Now he's playing. Now, granted, this hasn't turned into a frag yet, but you know, this is definitely putting the right pieces together.
Yeah, he's not getting shut down by Leshka too much.
Good
but he really needs to
retaliation
kill
with that
here.
plasma.
Oh, this should be
Really
it, but Leshka will take it.
But he might be able to turn it back around with the gunblade here. But no, there's Leshka getting away with that 50 health. You can see the shake of frustration from FragStealer. But he very quickly kind of recenters himself and goes back into, you know, grabbing Mega, grabbing Yellow. That was a great rocket.
He keeps pulling them out. He just needs to string them all together.
Oh, this is huge.
Here he gets a really good shot here on Leshka. Actually gets a kill. First one on the board. Finally 0.
Finally. So only 7 frags to pick up here. Make that 8, but still, he's playing a lot better than he was in the last map. But,
really
which is odd because he's only started doing this like for the past 3 minutes.
He really has to capitalize on the damage he makes. Also, I think he needs to trust his aim a little more because he does hit the shot sometimes and just runs away.
Just take him, yeah. Nice. So currently he's hitting 32% EV, not too bad. And there's a nice close range one like that, but the reload time is too damn strong. And it's going to be a 10 frag lead. So, a bit unfortunate. Actually, I'm kind of rooting for FragStealer more now. I want him to hit more of these shots, but you're right. He's not taking every shot he has available to him, and he's certainly capable of hitting them. Oh.
Yeah, and a little too overconfident in like really bad positioning there.
Nice. Nice.
Well.
So that'll finally get him solidly on the board, and it's a bad spawn out of Leshka. He could take that away. Mega's up in 2 seconds. He's going to take away a 25 and a red first. It may be a trade, but it's a trade that he can hear the X's on, and if he has his headphones on straight, he should be able to trap. But no, it's actually Leshka going down through the LG. Bit of a ballsy play there. But one that FragStealer with only 13 health can't do too much about, unfortunately.
On FragStealer getting in trouble again. 14 to 12. This is steadily slipping out of his hands.
Yeah. And again, if his opening 3 minutes was as strong as he's playing now, this could have been very different.
Yeah, it's a shame. I was really worried about it because he was playing like he was playing on the M12.
Yeah.
At the very start of it.
Well, as long as I'm down here, might as well throw some nades down.
He heard you about the spam.
Alright, but yeah, 2 minutes, 45 seconds to pick up 14 frags. I'm not entirely hopeful. But man, he's still hitting some good shit. That was actually a pretty good point to break away and start going for that red. Was a little bit too greedy to look for a rail as he crossed Mega? Maybe. But it was worth knowing that he was crossing Mega.
Oh, well. God, in those mid-range fights, he is so
Yeah.
strong with the rocket.
Incredibly. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to make all the difference here right now. Okay,
Yeah.
we make it up on the red.
Leshka is just playing how he should be.
Yeah. Oof. So it looks like he might just
And,
GG this
yeah.
out there. He's out of hope there, and also out of maps. We've got Leshka taking, we got him taking FragStealer down 18-4 in the second map there. And that means he's going to be knocked out of the running. He's going to be knocked out of the bracket.